Good morning, everybody. So welcome. Today we're going to have a class on Bookmap. Let me know if you can see over here my screen. So we're going to use over here the stocks room. We're going to start with this, and then right away we're going to dive into Bookmap, the plays that we had today. All right, so how to become a pro. I realized during the years that it's not only technical, but it's also emotions and discipline. So many things over here form traders, your background, okay? So technical over here, we need to have a strategy. Create a plan, trade your watch list. How many times, for example, even this morning, we may have a watch list. This morning, for example, I was looking at Tesla. Soon we're gonna go over this. And maybe somebody else, or we saw news, or somebody captures our attention and we don't have a plan, and we start trading that. I also say hijacking our plan, okay, our watch list. This is the most important thing. If you are especially a beginner, advanced trader, you're still not a professional, try to stick to your plan. Because often it may seem that you don't have it, so you may wait, and it will eventually come. So wait for your watch list, wait for that trade. Before making the watch list, scan the market each morning. You can use different sources, scanner. You can also read the news, and then focus on the setups you know. For example, I give you an example on this. Yesterday we were trading a certain setup on Tesla, and it was a more advanced setup. So a lot of traders that are beginners that I teach, they want to trade a setup, but that setup is still an advanced trade. So don't start trading something that you didn't already previously back tested, and also traded with small size, then bigger size, and bigger size. Focus on correct timing of execution. This means becoming aware that you can have the perfect watch list, the perfect plan, the perfect strategy, but if your executions are not good, you won't be able to make money, okay? That's the reason why I say, even with Bookmap, we have a very good feature. And this feature is the replay, okay? Run that replay and trade, make experience, okay, before putting size. Listen to the chart and not to yourself. This I have, I think, repeated to myself 1,000 times when I started, because I was always looking and following what I was thinking instead of following my strategy that I had previously back tested. So it's now, a fact for me that the strategy trades better than me. The strategy is better than me, right? Don't think you're better than your strategy. So trade a chart and not what you think. Change bias fast. We'll see this morning on Tesla, because that was super fast, how me and my team traded. And also recognize sideways action. Okay, a lot of traders will start to trade in consolidation. Okay, instead avoid that consolidation. Trade only when we have a trend. Then over here, how to become a pro. I put over here emotions. So be patient. Don't have greed. Manage fear. Manage stress. Stay calm when you take a trade. All of this seems like super easy. Something like you say, I know this, but it's very hard to be perfect in these fields. Discipline. So when I say discipline, remember the main key of discipline is respect the rules and self-control. Don't overtrade. Don't revenge trading. It's fine to wait for the trade, or even not trade a day if you don't have a setup. Personally, I take 3 losses and I walk away. So those red days, it happens that in the trading week or even the trading month of a trader, there's a day that you don't have a feel for the market. okay? Maybe everybody else is making money or trading good, and you simply don't seem like understanding what the market is doing. So maybe your fills are late, you anticipate, or you're late. You don't have I would say, a correct vision of that the chart today. Okay, in that case, better to avoid trading. Okay, step out. Protect yourself over with a stop loss and a max dollar risk with your broker. In order not to have big drawdowns on your account, protect yourself. Always have a stop loss. This could be mentally, or it could be even like a hard stop loss with a broker, but always protect your account. It's very, very important. Personally, I never risk more than 2% on a day on my account. Find peace when you lose, accept it. Okay, I see a lot of traders get frustrated. It really depends on the entity and on the size of your loss. But I can tell you that you have to go on, you have to move over, you have to accept it. And then over here, stay patient when waiting for an entry. Okay, having said this, this morning we had a good morning on 2 stocks and 1 future. My friend Scott Pulsini is going to cover futures, so I leave that to him tomorrow. Today we had 1 stock, which is Sierra. I will share over here how in the room we took it and why we took it. So Sierra is a small cap, all right? You can see over here I run on my scanner. So I'm putting up over here Sierra. We have a stock with 32 million volume traded for now. This morning was a 60% gain gapper. We're gonna put over here more stats. We add over here market cap. We have a market cap of 40 million, so it's a small market cap. We have a share float of 12 million and a very low institutional ownership and a very low percent short float. So once you're looking to trade something like Sierra, you have to understand that it's basically very different trading small caps than big caps. All right. How many traders over here trade small caps? So personally, I like to trade both. This morning, Sierra was one of the only small caps that we were looking at. We can see over here the financials of the company, and the company is pretty shady. I mean, it has cash over here of 38 millions at the quarter. We can see revenues 87K, so really nothing. A negative net income and a burn per month of 3 million. So this cash over here will be, basically enough for between 10 and 12 months, all right? Again, it's another biotech company over here. Diagnostics predict managed pregnancy complications. Over here, we can start see the news, announces positive top line data. Every single time that I read this news, I start thinking about a short. Why this? Well, many times that we have stocks with positive top line data, okay, we see shorts. When I say this, it means because I go here in history and backtest. And I can tell you also that the last 2 weeks and a half, we had 80% win by stats. So I run over here in history, the filters over here, so I backtest. We had a target, one of my targets that I use, for at least 3.5 hour, 80% we got that target, okay? Over here, you can see some of my very easy back test that I do. Then you can put over here until 1000 parameters, right? Now going back over here to our top list, we saw that we have a company with a very small float, 12 million. We have a company with a small market cap, 60% gapper this morning. And now I have to look for my levels. So I know that based on the news, based on the company itself, this is something that I'm looking to trade short. And the first reference over here in the daily. So I start looking at my daily chart and I start looking the levels where I'm looking for a possible rejection. So one will be here. and then another level will be here. So those two areas are for me the most important areas on the chart. Okay, so typical daily levels. Now look over here. Look over here on the right and tell me what you see. We see that this is the open, right? We're in point over here. This is 9:30. We have a main zone over here of liquidity at 220. Okay, this morning I was running this. I was sharing for my room members. We had this 220 level, and we were looking at this $2 support. The first level that I have over here, my daily chart is 250. The second one is over here, $293. So we are far away from that point, right, traders? We are far away from that level. Now, one of the setup that I love to trade is essentially an easy setup that I call gap and extension, all right? And I will share over here what I wanted to look at. Over here, this is 325, this is 925. 927, high chances for a pop-in fail seller to short at the gate. 220, important area of supply and seller joining at 927. And then I called over here the 220 short. Why? If you see over here, we have an open 930. Right away, the push goes above the 220. And you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of liquidity, right? These are buyers. They're already over here on our book, okay? So buyers, 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 buyers. What I like about this is that they pushed above the resistance, they fail. So at this point over here, you can see, we'll zoom in, we start making a lower low versus this low and a lower high, and then we're breaking down the support area, okay? Or the first liquidity area. So we have a fast reversal at this peak, okay? We have over here a fast reversal over here. So we break the resistance 930. Right away we slam below over here, the resistance over here at 220. Put a lower high, another lower low, and then we have the break. Over here, we call a short. Now, when I said before, remember what I said, in order to trade correctly, you also have to be trading with the correct timing, okay? I can share here some of examples that we took today. This, for example, is one of the traders in my room performing good. You can see, right? And you can see this setup over here that right away when it pushes above 220, it fails, right? From that 220, we start looking for a major short. Over here we have another example. Again, over here the pop 220, right away it fails. A little bit late over here the trade. So the trade over here covered partial, then re-added. Guiding was that 220 area, the resistance that we have over here in Bookmap. And then you can see that we start having this unwind until this $2. Remember before we had a liquidity stack at $2. So this level down here, you see this dip, and then right away push it back up, 221, over here, 221. You can see that we go again to that level resistance. We break this 220. You see that we make one tick up over here, or actually 1 cent up. We're not on futures. 221, right away 220. Lower highs, lower lows, again, your level to short 217. You can see over here the trader getting in 217. And my first target that we are calling this morning was the 2 sorry, the 193, 194, that's the main target. You can see over here, good reason to cover. So essentially, traders, is one of those stocks that we trade usually in the sense of the setup. So nothing difficult if you know how to read over here the order flow. You can see now that the heat map is guiding all the way down over here our stock from 220 back to 15, $2, 196. Okay, so over here now we're looking for this target between 140 and 135, this area over here. So we're looking for this target out here. So we're gonna look a few minutes still on Sierra, and then we're gonna go over on Tesla, all right? And we're gonna check what we did on Tesla. So Sierra right now, what I'm looking at is, besides the most important level that was this 220, and if you're looking at the tape over here, you can see that every single time now that gets into a pop, this was the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, we have a rejection. This means that we have strong we have a big selling pressure, okay, from that 220 fake out short. Then we have another one fake out short, and now it's just like going all the way down over here. So unless crazy volume, unless some kind of reclaim of the VWAP, we're holding over here this short, okay. What we see over here for now is a scenario of lower highs, lower lows. Okay, a new lower low, lower high, lower low, and lower high, okay? Just a tip, you can use even this indicator. It mimics, okay, the price action called zigzag. Don't expect that this will update right when we have a new lower low, okay? This tells you only after the lower low in this case, or in this case is a higher low, is confirmed, all right? But it's just like a guide to see better lower highs, lower lows in case you want to use it. Now, we don't really need this over here. Prefer to trace my lower highs or lower lows. Okay, now this level is where we're looking, 140. We are below this main $2. You can see the supply over here stack at 196 and $2. So we're holding short on this one. This is one of the traders I'm mentoring, so pretty good level over here. Shorted, re-add over here, cover partial, so pretty good way to trade it. Well done. Okay, let's continue to watch over here, traders, this price action. We have a small bounce here. So remember the news over here, okay? The news on this top line results. So many times they want to show you that the news is good, right? Top line results. But in reality, you see what it does, it fails. So small bounce over here. The main level of our guide is 2. All right, let's move traders right now to Tesla. Main gainer for the room today. So Tesla this morning, this is the open. We'll zoom in. Open over here at 9:30. We had a wash. We got long over here, 211 and 50. We had a push into this area where we sold, 213 and 50. Then it failed over here. You can see this is the level of open. It's 9:30. So we can put a line over here. It's the open level. So we shifted from green to red again. And then we started shorting over here this level, 211.30 for this dip. Then we had a pullback into this area, you can see. And for now we're making lower highs and lower lows. This 206, we're gonna put over here a 30-minute chart. Okay, so look at these levels over here. Okay, so I go back over here. I generally use a hourly chart or a 30-minute chart to find the best levels. I start putting over here my levels where I have multiple points of intersection. So this is a level of interest for me. And then I'm gonna put only the most important ones over the period, right? And then this level over here. We can zoom in. So you can see over here a level of support, this one, another main level of support, another level of support becomes supply over here. We see some more, so we can see also this level, right? Over here it acts like a demand, demand again over here, demand again over here. And then we also have another one, which is this level over here. So you can see demand and supply. So demand shifts into supply. Now we're going back to the 1 minute of today. And those are the levels that we have, okay? Of course, I suggest you do this with your brokers. You can see the main dip over here, 206. That's the reason why this morning we're looking for a possible bounce from this 206. Okay. So I'll explain over here what we did and how we did it on Tesla. Okay. So right now we have a trendline break, still red on the day Tesla over here, so below the open level. We're gonna change the color for this. And we are on this micro support 209 area. If you break this, next target gonna be 208, and then we're gonna look for 206 and 50. So I'll start watching on this. These are our main levels of liquidity for the day. So we see the 214 main level. Then we move down over here, we have 213. So 212, this area here, high liquidity. And then this is also the area where we went from red to green and green to red again. And then we retested over here. Now we're having major trendline break. I'm not in for now, just waiting. This morning I had 5 trades on this, 5 wins, share with my team. So trendline break. High chance over here, traders, if we fail this level of 208 and 80, that we will unwind to the 208 and then 206 and 50. Okay, so we break this 208 and 80, target this support, and then this 206 and 50. Watching over here the flow, you can see still lower highs, lower lows, a lot of selling pressure. So to understand how we took the long this morning, you can see buying the dip, selling partial into those peaks. Okay, very fast mover here out of the gate, as we explained before, from here to this peak. Now it's very hard to trade open on something so volatile like Tesla. I suggest to, make practice. Takes a little bit of time, and this is just the same example, right? So you can see over here, buying a dip, sell, sell, and then over here, the trader, I believe that short over here, cover, cover, re-short it, and then cover. Still holding the 208 and 80. Scrolling back up. I'm still bearish over here for what concerns Tesla, unless a reclaim of 210 and 80, which will be the reclaim of this blue line over here. ES is sideways for now. Essentially didn't move too much from the gate, almost same price. In the meantime, traders start also looking at Sarah. Talking also for my team because it's like spiking. So very important for me, once I'm in the money, I always set my stop to break even. Watching this right now. Trend line break. There is, if we break 209 and 50, it's going to wash to the next main target here, 209. Let's look at this 209 and 50. We'll zoom in over here. So we're watching Tesla, bear flag mode. We need to see a break on 209 and 50, this micro support over here, forward unwind. What I'm trying to do is waiting for a setup right now. I'm not going to ever trade because I already shared over here this morning. If you get in my team, I longed the first one over here, sold over here. This was a crazy move that it took. Then I long here and I shorted this stop for this unwind. The last over here, 45 minutes, I didn't trade any more Tesla. Why? Well, simply I was already done for the day. So no need for me to try to trade more. I already reached my goal. So I said over here above 210.80, this would be the shift over here of bias. If we close above 210.80, then the target will be 212. For now, it's stuffing. And meanwhile, ES is pushing over here. Main resistance 211, 211.50 and 212. Main support 209. You can see traders still not able to break this 210.50 and close above 210.80. There we are, another trend break. You can see every single time we have a trend break, like we had a one over here, drops, okay? We're talking about this now, bear flag at this point. So at this point, I'm looking at the tick. I'm looking at ES, NQ, Tesla and Amazon. No A+ setup. Discipline and patient. We're holding over here SERA, Sarah, short. Rather than that, we're watching Tesla. If we're gonna close above 210.80 for a push to 212. But for now, this is still making major lower highs, lower lows. So we're gonna look over here for still unwind to 280, 208.50 and 206.50 down here. You can see they're trying to break this level of support, micro support 210. Right away, buyer step in. They're attacking 210.50, previous resistance over here. Remember what I said, if we close above 210.80, then target will be 212. watching over here only Bookmap, and today all the trades that we took on Tesla were using the strategy that I teach in my room, but essentially was always timing with Bookmap. It's closing over here 210.80. You can see that it just at that level over there, 210.80. Still didn't close above that 210.80. And I said if we close above this target, possible 212. Still not closing above, okay? So check the 210.80. You can see over here, they're trying to attack the 210.80. Has to close above. Now I finally close above 210.80. So break 211 will have possibly 212. You can see over here, higher lows are highs. This is a strong trend, right? Look at this point. Until this is not breaking, this is a strong trend till 212. So this is perfect. 210.80 broke. High chance to go 212. $211. Remember, every single time that we have a whole dollar number, we'll have over here big hands. They're placed, right? So these are big hands over here placed. And the fact over here that we see over, under, it means that they're selling every single time that we have a 211, but also we have dip buyers at this zone over here, 210.80, 210.90, that they're holding. So it means we have a chance over here to go that 212. $211 again. Still making over here higher lows, so there's no point over here of to think that we won't get to 212. Also, yes, over here is popping. Still holding that 211. Guide for now is a trend line. And there we are, 211.40. And we're gonna get at 212. Again, this 10 to 10.80, look over here. This is like better than the algo. I said look for the 210.80. We have to close above that level. We have to close above that level. Then we close above that level and dips over here in the 210.80. Okay, this is part of my trading system why I was saying 210.80. Every single dip over here, 210.80. Look over here, perfect. Now we're getting to the 212. Okay, better than an algo over here. This is perfect. There we are, 211.90. Yes, also over here is sustaining the move, so very good. I like this. I like the tick chart right now. I like the NQ, I like ES. Target on ES over here is gonna be 41, 42. And Tesla got to that 212 now, right? So you can see sequence of higher lows and higher highs. So previous resistance 212. Let's see if we can confirm the break of this level. Next target 214. Okay, so let's see if we can break and hold above this 212. We're still not breaking at 212. We're there, but not breaking. Now I want to see 212, holding that 212 over here, consolidating, and then push up. Otherwise, if it breaks below this level, we're going to push back down to 211. Okay? Just read over here the price action. And there we are. Cannot hold the support at 211.70. Now target will be over here 211. Okay. In order to see a push to 214, we need to see a close above the 212 and a consolidation above. They're trying to attack again 211 and 80, 212, but I see over here weak. I don't see over here a lot of buyers sustaining this move. Look over here, traders. Possible a fail of this level, 211.50 and back to 211. Okay, so let's look at this point over here. Now a buyer step in 211.50. They're trying to hold, but I see over here weak. I don't see over here huge buyers sustaining the move. So possible wash coming. And there we are. Wash came to 11.30. And we're gonna get this to 11. So you can see so predictable reading these levels over here. Okay. And we got a 211 again. Now we're gonna hold 211. There's a chance we're gonna go back to 12, hold, consolidate to 14. We break to 11, start rejecting to 11, we're gonna fail again. Okay, but you can see over here the wash. We call the wash, weak tape, right away washed over here back to this 211. We're starting to form a little bit of support, this 211.50, and you can see that here we had one of our V patterns, right? Now again, I'm not in a trade, done for the day. I put timestamps, charts and everything in my room, huge day for the day, so I'm only looking over here to explain the price section. 212 reclaim and close above, get ready for 214. We cannot close above 212 and no consolidation, be ready for a fail down to 209. Okay, I like over here this fake breakdown, a reclaim of the 211.50, so there really is space over here to get to the 212.50 at least. Let's see if we consolidate above, right? But here we can see this bear trap here, right? This one. Still our trend line. Still our trend line over here. Retest of the trend line, 211.50. Consolidating over here, micro wedge. You can see over here higher lows, lower highs, volume contraction, so it's going to take a direction soon. We can see over here the same on Bookmap. So what I'm looking over here is also the guy tick and Q SPY. And there we are, This time broke over here the trend. We need to see a close though above 212. And then a consolidation to start looking for the 214. Where it's breakout. Careful over here because this looks like a perfect fake breakout. You can see this level. I think over here there's a pretty good bull trap on fail to 1140. Target 210.40. $210.40 target. Yep. Because over here, nice bull trap. And when this bull trap is confirmed, traders, you can see the spike over here, but a bull trap will be confirmed on the break of this low. So this is when we start like cracking down over here. And now this is the previous support, so the next target to 10.40. Main support over here, 210.40. We're gonna wait for that. So we have the last few minutes. If you have questions, you can reach out. You can write over here on the YouTube chat. So member over here saying, look at NVIDIA. So nice distribution pattern this morning, breakdown, wedge over here. So we have our level. Break of 222.70, possible unwind, let's see, as long as it stays below 225. Let's go back on Tesla. Micro consolidation. All right, traders, so I think that for today we covered several small caps, Tesla and big caps. We went over some places we took analysis over here, the price action, We saw over here how it works, a bull trap. Then we saw how to use the trend lines and how has to be the process when you're trading. All right. So thank you again. See you next week. Take care. If you need help, reach out. JTraderco and Bookmap.com. Thank you, traders.